Hey guys, what's up? My name is Quirk and welcome back again with another Girls Frontline 2 video. I know that a lot of you actually heard about KLUKAY. She's basically everywhere. From guides, from tier lists, from EN to CN community, they actually said that she is a godlike unit. But folks, today we are going to show you why you should pull for her or at least save for her. Let's go! Everyone know that Clukai is an exceptional damage dealer with versatile skills, excelling in various combat scenarios. Take note, if you got Peritia, Clukai will make her viable, from being a C tier character to A tier. Peritia will work like a battery for Clukai V2 and upwards, but you still need Mekti to actual pump her damage. Okay, before I tell you the reasons, except for the Peritia one, Clukai is a Sentinel DPS character, and she deals corrosion type damage to the enemy. Okay, so after all of that, she is one of the best or the best AoE corrosion damage dealer. Okay, let me rephrase that. She is the best AoE damage dealer right now in the game as of recording. But I don't think that they can actually make something more broken than Clukai, because right now no one can compete with Clukai's DPS or damage numbers. Because if they did, that will break the game. Okay, let's go back with Peritia. Why is Peritia a good teammate for Clukai? Clukai exclusively does AoE damage and recharges her skill point whenever an ally, including herself, deal corrosion damage to an enemy. Peritia gains skill point whenever she does a support action, which is triggered whenever an enemy is hit by AoE damage. She can do this up to 6 times per turn. This means they will give each other skill points. Clukai is just Clukai. She can clear most of the content with just her AoE. Pretty much broken, right? And also, if you can max her duplicate, her damage scaling will exceed every single one. But I'm not saying that you can clear all of the contents with just one character in the stage. In Girls Frontline 2, you need team synergy, some unit synergy, and the right team composition. Now, let's go and talk about her skills. Is she broken because of her skills? Let's go and check it out. Okay, so the first ability, the skill hits one enemy with 80% of acid damage and triggers an extra attack that deals 60% acid damage in a small area. It also pulls enemies in that area with one square towards the center. If the enemy was eliminated, the cooldown of the skill is reduced by 1 turn, and you will get 2 skill points. But if the enemy survive, the enemy will get a debuff called Strong Acid Drop for 2 turns. A debuff that deals 12% acid damage per stack at the end of enemy's turn. The max stack of this debuff is 10. If Clukai or an ally uses a corrosion type attack on this enemy, it will add 1 more stack to this debuff. So for sure, her first ability gives a lot of damage while also giving the enemy a debuff. Her second ability deals AoE damage and deals 90% corrosion damage to all enemies within 3 square radius centered on the chosen location. It also gives Toxic Penetration, which is a debuff that all enemies hit by the attack receive a Toxic Penetration debuff for 2 turns. The enemies already affected by Toxic Penetration take 15% increased damage from this attack. So what is the effect of this debuff? At the end of enemy's turn, the debuff applies 1 stack of Strong Acid Throw, which is a damage overtime effect for 2 turns. If an enemy with Toxic Penetration dies, all enemies within 3 square are afflicted with this debuff for 2 turns, and will take 60% area acid damage as an additional effect. This means this ability actually deals AoE damage while also applying debuff. Next up is her ultimate. This skill allows Clukai to reposition across long distances, which is 4 to 8 tiles, while also dealing 100% corrosion damage at her destination. After using the skill, she gains an extra 6 spaces of movement. If Clukai defeats 2 or more enemies with skill tree in the same turn, she will gain a bonus use of skill tree for additional attack or combos. That means you can use her skill tree or ultimate twice in the same turn. So it provides you a strong synergy and mobility in clearing clustered enemies. Now let's go and talk about Clukay's passive skill. It provides excellent synergy with corrosion based attacks, and she recovers skill points whenever allies or her own attacks deal acid damage or corrosion damage, enabling faster cooldown reduction for skill 3. Clukai also gains control immunity, ensuring consistent performance in combat. Additionally, every time she uses an active attack, she applies strong acid drop to enemies for bonus damage over time and build desire to win stacks. It increases her acid damage output by up to 40%. This makes Clukai a reliable and escalating damage dealer in prolonged battles. For short, Clukai is a reliable DPS unit, especially in corrosion-based teams or prolonged fights where her damage can ramp up through stacking debuffs and desire to win. Her high mobility, wide area skills, and control immunity give her a versatility and consistency on the battlefield. However, to maximize her potential, she requires a proper support, which is a corrosion-based unit, and also might struggle against enemy resistance to corrosion-based damage, and overall, she is an excellent DPS choice when you use in the right condition. Of course, she will become super powerful if you got her duplicates, and let's go and check out her key duplicates, which is V2 and V3. Her V2 is actually great. With these updates, Clukai transitioned from a strong acid or corrosion DPS to a top tier powerhouse capable of dealing massive sustained damage over time, and she quickly ramping up her damage buffs and debuffs, weakening the enemy defenses to support her entire team. This means she is now an exceptional DPS choice, especially in corrosion-centric team composition. With great scaling potential, utility, and reliable damage output, this is one of her best duplicates. For F2P players, I suggest you stop on V3. These duplicates significantly improve Clukai's ultimate, making it much more flexible and powerful and also effective for both crowd control and boss fight. This means V3 is actually great at stopping point because Clukai now stand out as an exceptional, strong, consistent, and also flexible DPS, capable of dealing massive damage in both single target and AoE scenarios while providing valuable debuff to the team. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. What do you guys think about Clukai? Are you going to pull for her, or are you going to save for Clukai until when she was released or something? Comment down below because I'm super curious. But anyways, I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming by, and also I live stream in the pinned comments. Go and check it out. Give me some follows, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out, and let's go with more Girls Frontline 2 content in the future.